The head of Iran's judiciary has warned that those behind a recent wave of anti-government protests could expect punishment without the slightest leniency. One began earlier this month as demonstrations against the high cost of living boiled over into a broader protest movement. The Iranian government has put the death toll from the protests at over 3,000, including over 2,000 it has labeled martyrs. Rights groups, however, have said protesters account for the vast majority of the deaths, documenting several thousand killed. The Norway-based NGO Iran Human Rights says the final figure could top 25,000 dead. Rights groups say security forces used internet blackout as cover for the violent crackdown. Disturbing video footage has emerged from the morgue of Ashayar Hospital in Khorramabad, revealing the horrifying scale of the violence carried out by Iran's regime. People killed in the protests are being tightly packed in spaces far beyond the morgue's usual capacity. The U.S. president has repeatedly warned of possible military strikes against Iran in response to the violence. It appears to have softened that stance. However, on Thursday, he told reporters on the way back from Davos that the United States was nonetheless sending a massive fleet towards Iran, just in case. France says military intervention in Iran is not its preferred option, following reports of a deadly response to nationwide protests. France's Armed Forces Minister says Paris believes the international community should support the Iranian people, but stressed that any change must come from within. She said it is up to Iranians themselves to determine their future and choose their leaders. The minister also said documenting mass crimes by Iranian authorities has been extremely difficult because of a widespread internet shutdown. Indian airline Indigo has cancelled flights to several destinations in the region, citing safety concerns linked to the situation in Iran. The airline says it is closely monitoring regional developments and has suspended services to Tbilisi, Almaty, Tashkent and Baku through January 28th. Indigo stressed that passenger and crew safety remains their top priority.